20 years. It's more than a number. It's the physical weight of shared memories. It's the sound of her laugh in the other room, the way your daughter's face is a perfect blend of yours and hers, the familiar weight of the dog sleeping at your feet. For 20 years, my life wasn't just my own. It was woven into the fabric of my wife's, my daughter's, and my brother's. We built a life. A messy, complicated, real life. It wasn't a fairy tale. We had our problems. The arguments, they started to echo in the halls of our home. They were about everything and nothing. Money, why I didn't put my plate in the sink, the deep, unspoken loneliness that grows between two people who have forgotten how to talk to each other. The passion had curdled into bickering. Then came the fight, the one that crossed a line. Words were thrown like weapons, and the air in our home became violent with things we didn't say but desperately wanted to. I saw a look in her eyes, a reflection of my own rage, and I knew if I didn't leave, something would break that could never be fixed. So I left. I drove to my sister's house in the next state, my hands shaking on the wheel, feeling like a failure, a coward, but mostly just relief. For 6 months, I licked my wounds. My brother, he was my rock during that time. We talked on the phone for hours. He was the one who told me to be strong, to give it time, that maybe space was what we needed. He was checking in on her, he said, making sure she was okay. I was grateful. He was bridging the gap. When I finally came home, it felt like a rebirth. We cried in each other's arms in our driveway. We promised to do better, to be better. The hope was a fragile, precious thing, and I held it with both hands. I made a conscious effort every single day to be lighter, kinder, to fill the house with something other than tension. But my brother, he became a ghost. He'd make excuses not to come over. When I saw him at our mom's, he'd barely look at me. His texts became short, non-committal. I told myself he was giving us space, that he was busy. But a cold dread started to pool in my stomach. You know your own blood. You know when something is wrong. The day he finally told me, we were in his garage. He couldn't look at me. He just stared at a spot on the floor and the words fell out of him, heavy and ugly. It was like being hit by a truck. The world didn't slow down. It just shattered into a million sharp, unrecognizable pieces. My wife. My brother. While I was away, trying to save our marriage, they were in my bed, betraying it in the most fundamental way possible. Driving home was a blur. I walked in and I said her name. She took one look at my face and she knew. The guilt was a physical thing on her. She was so terrified she just left. Walked out the door and slept in her car for 2 weeks, and I let her. The rage was a fire so hot it burned away any compassion. I wanted her to feel a fraction of the homelessness I felt inside my own skin. I couldn't work. I'd stare at my computer screen and see nothing. Taking the dog for a walk felt like a monumental task. The dog would look at me with his confused, loyal eyes, and I'd just break down. This animal had more integrity than the two people I loved most. When she finally came back, the tears were real. The apologies were a river. It was a mistake. A one-time thing. He was just there, and I was weak. She said my brother meant nothing, but that's the thing. If he meant nothing, then what does that make their betrayal? A moment of boredom? It makes it even more meaningless, and therefore, even more disgusting. I look at her now, and I don't see the woman I loved for 20 years. I see the person who collaborated with my own flesh and blood to dismantle my life. My brother is dead to me. I told my mother, he is a ghost. Do not speak his name to me. She pleaded for forgiveness, for family, but she doesn't understand. The family she knew is gone. So now I'm in purgatory. I've started smoking pot again, something I hadn't done since I was a kid. It's the only thing that muffles the noise in my head. I escape into video games, into worlds where the rules are clear, and loyalty is a simple mechanic. We're selling the house. Every for sale sign feels like a nail in the coffin of my old life. My daughter wants to stay with her mom, and as much as that kills me, I understand. I won't make her choose. I am packing boxes, selling furniture, and systematically erasing 2 decades. I am a man disassembling his own history, and when this house sells, I will get in my car and I will drive. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I have to leave this ghost town of my own memories. The trust is gone. The family is broken. All that's left is the quiet, exhausting work of building a new life from the ashes.